MLS picks and predictions October 27th through November 1st. That is tomorrow, Tuesday the 27th, going through Sunday. We've got tons of games coming up to talk about where I'm going to give you my picks and predictions. So if you're watching this, you are either a diehard MLS fan or you're a sports bettor who's going to try and make some money off of these games. Either way, join our 1,000 subscriber challenge. You're going to have a $250 free bet if you're a sports bettor. Get a chance to win that $250 Visa gift card by subscribing. As well, if you're an MLS fan, then hell, we talk MLS every Monday night. We do picks and predictions. Jump on, subscribe. Make sure you follow us along, and make sure to get in on our $250 Visa gift card challenge. Easy way to make some money. I'm dying to give away some money over here, so just subscribe. Okay, cool. Anyways, with that being said, we've got so many games to talk about. We just finished up our regular recording episode, and let's jump right into some of these games. Starting out with tomorrow night, Montreal Impact hosting Nashville SC from Red Bull Arena. Hosting in Red Bull Stadium, whatever. This one, the odds were not out when I took the screenshot a few minutes ago, but the odds are out now. Montreal comes in at plus 175, a draw at plus 240, and Nashville at plus 155. I've got Nashville. They are rolling right now. Had a good conversation on Twitter, at SOP Soccer on Twitter. Somebody let me know. They're like, dude, you always underestimate Nashville on your picks and predictions. Well, I am underestimating no more, so don't let me down, Nashville. I'm going with them to get the victory over Montreal. Vancouver hosting Seattle Sounders FC. Vancouver plus 375, draw at plus 320, and Seattle at a minus 150 on the road. Again, on the road in Portland because Vancouver can't play in Canada, so they're playing in Portland, Providence Park. I'm going with the Sounders. This team is just too good. Vancouver, they can pull off the shocker here and there, but most of the time it's Seattle that is going to get the victory in this one. So I'm going with them, minus 150. Moving on to October 28th, Wednesday, Red Bulls against Revolution. This one, two Eastern Conference teams kind of in the middle of the pack. Red Bulls plus 115, New England plus 210, a draw at 275. I'm going with the draw in this one. I think both of those teams, there's really not much separating them. Red Bulls right now with Caden Clark and that high press, I think they might be able to pull a good one off there, and I think we're going to see a draw in that one. So we've got a comment already here on the live. We've got Ryan Anderson, Montreal Nashville could be a wild card preview, going to be a good one. I agree. Both teams sitting in that wild card spot right now, so that could be a preview of that matchup. Make sure to watch that one. Next up, we've got FC Cincinnati hosting Sporting Kansas City. FC Cincinnati comes in at plus 270, a draw at plus 260, and Sporting Kansas City at plus 100. I can't see FC Cincinnati winning this game, so I'm going with Sporting Kansas City to get the victory. Best team in the West. They will beat one of the worst teams in the league, probably the worst team in the East in Cincinnati. Mark it down there. Orlando City hosts Atlanta. Is it a rivalry? Yes, no, maybe so. Orlando City will get the victory over Atlanta. I've got them in the win. Orlando minus 150, a draw at plus 320, and Atlanta at plus 375. Poor Atlanta United, man. They can't get anything going right now. Maybe they get it done against Orlando. That rivalry in Orlando, maybe they pull it off, but I doubt it. I'm going with Orlando at the minus 150 odds. Philadelphia Union, Chicago Fire. Philly comes in at minus 121, a draw at plus 260, and Chicago at plus 340. Some really bad odds for a Chicago team who's been playing better lately. But this one, you got Philly. They just rolled over TFC 5-0, and they're playing really well right now. Top of the league. I'm going with Philadelphia Union in that one. Toronto FC hosting New York City FC from Rentschler Field in Hartford, Connecticut. Toronto comes in at plus 155, a draw at plus 250, and New York City at plus 170. For some reason, I just don't see Toronto pulling it off with the injuries that they have right now. They're missing a lot of guys. I think this one will be a draw. I'm going to go with a draw in this matchup with those plus 250 odds. DC United and Columbus Crew. DC United, one of the worst teams in the Western Conference, plus 240, a draw at plus 260. Columbus at plus 110. Some good odds when you're talking about one of the best teams in the East against one of the worst teams in the East. So I'm going with those good odds and taking Columbus over DC. Minnesota United and the Colorado Rapids. Minnesota United plus 100, draw at plus 290, Colorado at plus 240. I think I would look more towards a draw and or a Colorado victory if these two teams were dead even. But because Colorado hasn't played soccer in so long due to all the COVID issues, I'm going to go Minnesota United in this one. Minnesota at plus 100, double your money right now. I'm going with them to get it done against a team that just really hasn't been on the field enough lately to put the full talent that they have in place. FC Dallas hosting Inter Miami. This one here, you've got FC Dallas at plus 165, a draw at plus 250, and Miami comes in at plus 160. So real even odds for who's going to win this one. FC Dallas at home, Miami on the road, albeit a smaller capacity for FC Dallas. This one, though, I'm going with Miami. They're in the playoffs, in the playoff hunt in the Eastern Conference. I think they get it done on the road. Portland Timbers against the LA Galaxy. Portland minus 110, a draw at plus 290. LA Galaxy at plus 270. The Portland Timbers are going to kick LA Galaxy's ass in this one. No question about it. Portland, one of the best teams in the West. LA Galaxy just struggling right now. So that's my pick there. LAFC against Houston Dynamo. Another team that's really struggling is the Houston Dynamo. The odds minus 209 for LAFC, plus 360 on a draw, and plus 525 for Houston to get it done on the road. LAFC is not losing at the bank with Carlos Vela. This team, especially not against a Houston side who's struggling. So that's my thoughts there. Now we have another comment. Rocky has joined us. Rocky, Portland 2-0 or 3-0 versus Galaxy. Galaxy will fight hard, but they are a mess on and off the field. Timbers are playing good football and have a spread of goal scorers. Agreed. Portland will get it done. And so Ryan also agrees with Rocky. Now, moving right along, we've got the, what is it here? I lost my train of thought. San Jose Earthquakes against the Real Salt Lake. San Jose at plus 130, a draw at plus 260, and RSL at plus 200. Man, I don't like either of these teams. Neither one of them really stand out to me. I think because it's in San Jose, I'm going with the draw. Plus 260 odds on a draw. I like it between those two squads. So I'm going there. Now we move on to Saturday, Halloween night. FC Dallas against Houston Dynamo. FC Dallas in the Texas Derby. I guess I'm going to go with them just because Houston's been struggling so much. But this one will be a good one, though, because the Houston Derby always ends up to be a good game. So no odds here for the Saturday and Sunday games because we have to play the Wednesday games. And if I put my picks and predictions out, then, I've got to do it now and put them out. So no odds there. Nashville SC against Chicago Fire FC. God, I sound like Joe Biden. Nashville SC against Chicago Fire. I'm going Nashville. They're rolling. I said I would pick them, and they're in a good form, so I am picking Nashville SC over Chicago Fire. Now, moving right along to the Sunday games. Columbus Crew hosting Philadelphia Union. Columbus Crew and Philly, 1 versus 3 in the East. The Crew at MAPFRE Stadium, I think they get the result here. It's going to be tight. It's going to be close. I'll be interested to see what the odds look like when they come out. But I'm going with Columbus over Philly. Maybe that's the homer in me as a TFC guy. I'm hoping that Columbus can get the result to pull Philly down. But I'm going Columbus. New York City FC against New York Red Bulls. Remember, we will be doing a live stream reaction for this one. So make sure to join us on that. We'll watch this game live and just talk about it the whole time. Lots of stats, lots of conversation. So make sure to set your DVRs for that one or just subscribe and turn on notifications. Then you'll know when we go live. But I've got in this one, God, I'm missing all my losing everything. All right, here. I've got New York City FC hosting and winning this matchup to take the Derby of New York, keep New York blue. Atlanta United FC hosting Cincinnati, 2 of the bottom teams in the Eastern Conference. I am going with Atlanta United in this one over FC Cincinnati just because God bless America. Look back at our episode that I did earlier tonight. I talked about how I think FC Cincinnati is the worst team in MLS right now. So Atlanta gets it done at the Benz. Montreal Impact hosting Orlando City. Orlando is much better of a team than Montreal. I think they go on the road to Red Bull Arena and get the victory. Orlando is keeping it going, and I think they will continue to keep it going. So Orlando is my pick there. Revolution against DC United, the Atlantic Cup, I think they call it. The Revs at home at Gillette Stadium. DC United is a tire fire. I am going with the Revs to get the victory at home. Sporting Kansas City against Minnesota United. Sporting Kansas City, best in the West. This was one of the big-time matchups in MLS's back tournament. Both of those teams were the top of the West at the time. I am sticking with the team that is the best in the West with Sporting Kansas City to get the victory over Minnesota United. Too many injuries, and Sporting Kansas City, they've got a chance to win the Western Conference, so I'm going with them. Now, Toronto FC and Inter Miami. Toronto FC, this is the game where they're actually going to have fans at Rentschler Field in Hartford, Connecticut. It's going to be weird to have some neutral fans there, but TFC is going to have fans in the building, so I'm going with TFC over Miami to get back on track after their loss against Philly, and then I'm thinking they're going to end up drawing or losing against New York City. So I've got them winning against Inter Miami. Ryan Anderson says, I hope Columbus does what they have to help to Toronto, and if everything goes right on Wednesday and Toronto wins, I probably will do a live react for Columbus versus Philly. Absolutely. Do it, man. I will jump on and watch it for sure. Colorado Rapids, Seattle Sounders. Sounders, again, the best team in the West, even though Sporting Kansas City is up there by points. Seattle, I think, is the better team overall. I'm going the Sounders to take out the Colorado Rapids. Then Portland Timbers against the Whitecaps. The Whitecaps won't have to travel far because they're using Providence Park as their home stadium. Portland Timbers take the victory over Vancouver. That's my pick in that one. Regardless if Vancouver is close to home, I've got them losing to Portland. Portland's a much better team. Lastly, LA Galaxy and Real Salt Lake. I've got to go RSL. RSL, I never like picking them, but LA Galaxy is trash. So I'm going with RSL on the road at Dignity Health Sports Park to get the victory there. Last game of the weekend, San Jose Earthquakes against LAFC. I think LAFC is going to be back. I think this team is totally different with Carlos Vela on the field. So I am going with LAFC over San Jose, who has been struggling. They just lost to Vancouver. So I'm going LAFC in this one. So that is the picks for all, 22, 23 games that we've got here. So I just want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors here on YouTube, Skira Icelandic Spring Water. Thank you for supporting us. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. If you're still watching, hit it. Help us grow to 1,000 subscribers so we can give away some money. And go get your merchandise. Like I'm wearing my hoodie, my cup, sonsofapitch.redbubble.com. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Those are my picks for this week. We're getting into crunch time in the MLS regular season. It's almost playoff time. We're going to have a lot of fun in these playoffs, I am sure. Thanks, guys. We will talk to you very soon. Rocky, thank you very much. Mike, you're the best. Appreciate it, man. You are awesome as well. And everybody who's still watching, go check out Rocky on Instagram at TalkNDaWoods, TalkNDAWOODS, for all your Portland Timbers news, notes, lives. He's right there at the stadium watching these guys come in, talking to some of them. Go jump over there. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will see you all very, very soon. Enjoy the soccer. Good night.